we are off. Alrighty. Should be a lot of fun. What's up, Falkite? Teddy, Castle, good luck. It's prologue time. Satiated, thank you. Thank you all for the good luck. Best of luck to Castle and Teddy. They've both made it to the end of the tournament. So this should be a good one. But yeah, I'll continue explaining how Grand Finals is going to work. So this is potentially the first match of two. As I mentioned earlier, it's a double elimination tournament, so we had a winner's bracket as well as a loser's bracket. Castle and Teddy actually were in winner's finals, so they were the last two competitors in the winner's bracket, and Castle won that first match. It was very, very close, went all the way to the end. So Castle has the winner's bracket advantage. Now Teddy, even though he lost to Castle, did get a second opportunity in loser's bracket against Hydra King, which was the last match we saw on this channel, and he did win, so he's back here in Grand Finals. However, if Teddy wants to win the entire tournament, he's going to have to win 2 full pit races in a row against Castle. Castle has the winner's bracket advantage, so if Castle wins this match, which we're seeing right here, then Castle will take the entire tournament. However, if Teddy wins this match, he will get what's called a bracket reset, and we will have one final pit match. I don't know if it'll be today or maybe some other day, for the entire tournament. So hopefully that makes sense. Basically, Teddy has to win 2 matches against Castle in a row here, starting today, and Castle just has to win one to win the tournament. So it should be fun. Castle does have the advantage, but obviously he would like to win it all here in the first match. We'll see, though. Want to go the 3 hours? Yep. We will see whether or not we'll finish it today or another day. I think I should be good to finish it today if both runners want to. Obviously, we'll see if we even get to that point. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Also, thank you, Falkite, for those 2 commands. Basically, if you want to follow both of the runners, I highly recommend it. Castle and Teddy. They are 2 top runners of this game. They're also just very good streamers. I recommend both of them. And then if you want to take a look at our bracket and how it has gone thus far, you can with ! bracket in the chat. But yeah, here we are, Grand Finals. So both runners are going through prologue right now. And, hey, it's prologue. It is pretty much mashing 1 and 2 as fast as possible to get through all the text. Can't do a second one. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I don't know if I can either, so I'm down to reschedule if we need. We'll see how it goes. Okay, Castle is on an ad break. Let's go, man. Yes. Thank you, Twitch. All right. 1 of 4. Let's go. Looking really good. Castle is sponsored by Sports Clips. Love to see it. 1 of 4. 2 of 4. Gaming theater. Oh my god, a vertical screen. 55 inches. No way. That's so cool. Maple. Okay, this game's actually kind of cool. Not even gonna lie. I haven't played it, but it looks cool. Okay, Teddy. Hang on a minute. I can't actually do this. 3 of 4. Let's go. We'll put Castle stream back on in a minute. But yeah, these runners are both close right now. This is, you know, not even gonna lie, this is better than prologue, yeah. Yeah, actually true. Hey, man. Gotta do what you gotta do. Exactly, Stevie, I respect it. Oh, yeah, I should make a prediction. Okay, is it? Wait. Okay, there we go. Hey, look at that. We are back. Okay, for everyone here, we're gonna run a prediction. You can vote on who you think wins this match, whether it will be Castle and Teddy, and this is just for this match. This isn't the entire tournament. Obviously, that depends on the outcome, but you have, I'll give it 10 minutes. So go ahead, if you have any channel points, you can throw them in if you would like. And we will pay out the prediction after the stream. All right, so we are heading into Chapter 1. Chapter 1 is going to be the only full completed chapter that we see today. We will be going into Chapter 2, however, as soon as we get Boomer, we will be immediately using the return pipe and going straight to the pit. Chapter 1, there's not too much to talk about, but probably the most important thing for this run occurs in 1-1. Which we will be seeing here in just a couple minutes. And that is the Squiglet grind, which is pretty much going to pave the way of how this entire tournament, well, this match in particular, will go. We'll see if anybody gets a fast flower or a slow flower. I believe in the last match, yeah, I think it was the last match, Teddy got a slow flower, ended up getting to 90k, which was a big help. Thank you, whoever just gifted me a sub. I don't know if that was me or if that was... Somebody gifted me a sub to Castle. I saw it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, so 1-1, right now we don't have the ability to flip into 3D, however, we will be getting it here in the next room once we talk to Bestovius. Just going to use the Wii Remote pointer to find the door here, which can always be very fun. Thankfully, both runners have nice door finds there. Alright, we got a good, I think 8 minutes left on the prediction. For a reminder, if you have any channel points and you want to spend them, you can do so on this match, whoever you think is going to win, whether it's Castle or Teddy. And if you don't have any gold bars to use for the channel points, and you haven't followed, be sure to give a follow. I think it gives you like 300 channel points. Definitely worth it. Okay. So both these runners now have the ability to flip into 3D. They're going to pick up the 2 items you see here, the Shell Shock and the Shroom Shake, as well as the Fire Burst. So all 3 of these items will likely be used in the run. Shell Shock will be used for room 89 in the pit. Shroom Shake is just a healing item. You can use that at any point. And the Fire Burst will be used in Enter 2 during that segment. Yeah, we won't be seeing... I don't think we'll be seeing any GBS for the rest of this tournament. Unless either runner has a change in heart here. Currently, we're both on English, so GBS cannot be done on English 1.2. Unless either of these runners are on 1.0. I don't think they are. Okay, so this room right here, both Castle and Teddy are going to flip into 3D, and you'll see this group of squiglets right here. Castle's going to hit that block. Unfortunately, did not get any of the flowers. Neither did Teddy. So both these runners are just going to kill all of these squiglets without falling off, without touching the ground. And if you do that, you can chain a lot of points, which adds up continuously. And Castle got to 29k. I think Teddy got to 33. It looked like Castle might have fallen off in the beginning there. But honestly, 29k is perfectly fine. Teddy does have a bit of advantage being at 34k, but not really that much. Really, you're just looking to get over like 25k. That way you don't have to worry about soft locking in the pit. In the pit, obviously, both these runners will have different strats on how to level up all throughout the Pit of 100 Trials. Also, yeah, for this run, to answer your question, Hecky, this run, we will be seeing both of these runners go into Chapter 2-1, get Boomer, and then immediately use the return pipe and go to the pit. We can technically enter the pit during... In RTA, I believe it's during the Enter 2 segment. In TAS, there's actually a very complex way of entering the pit extremely early. I think it's literally during prologue. It involves like Merlin's house, like this weird out of bounds clip, which we'll probably see in a TAS one day. I know Agurmi has talked about tassing pit again, but it's definitely not RTA possible. From what I've heard, it's like a extremely complex trick that even tassers don't really understand. So we'll see if anything is made of that, but still really cool nonetheless. But yeah, today we'll be seeing both of these runners get Boomer and then go to the pit. Yeah, not RTA viable yet, exactly. You never know. A lot of people thought Scanner Skip never would have been RTA viable, and now it's pretty much a must-have trick for anybody running this game, or in terms of any percent that is. So 1-2, there's not that much to speak of. We're not going to be seeing GBS or LSJ, any of those tricks. So we're going to be lowering these bridges the normal, casual way. So you'll see both these runners talking to this red guy, and then we'll also have to go through a long process of getting Thoreau and talking to the green guy. Yo, Stevie, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate it. Cowboys over the Jags. Copium, 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 copium. I am sad. Hey, don't be sad, man. Your team is definitely better than the Jags. Also, shouts out to that little Wacka emote. It was really cool. Ooh, with like Castle. Unfortunately, did like an extra jump there. Teddy does get this little trick. It's a really, really cool movement. That way you don't have to flip into 3D. But thankfully, Castle didn't lose too much time there, so he's not going to worry about it. Your QB is Dak Prescott. I love football, man. So much fun every year for me. Alright, so both these runners just got Thoreau. This is the first of 3 pixels that we're going to get in this run. Castle unfortunately missed that Thoreau there. Thoreau, as you can see, can pick up any object, any enemy that doesn't have a spike on its head. Thoreau can be used to solve a bunch of different puzzles. There is a trick right before entering the pit where you can actually use Thoreau to pick up Boomer. And by tossing Boomer on top of a ledge, we can open the pit a little earlier than intended, which is a really cool trick, but we'll see that a little later in the run. Looks like Teddy actually snagged the lead again from that Thwomp room there. Yeah, both these runners are really, really close. Both of these prologues, or prologues, both of these chapter 1s are going to be back and forth, I have a feeling. But should be a lot of fun. Don't know how you do it, man. How are you still sane? I'm not. I'm not, man. My favorite football team lost to the Denver Broncos, man. I'm not. But I'm okay. I'm getting through it. Yeah, that is true. It is... These runs, these tournaments, I've seen a lot of them go back and forth. But again, when we get to the pit, I'm telling you, there is so much RNG, so much luck involved in the pit that it is just, it's going to get insane. Especially with these two runners. These are two of the best pit runners out there. In the first, I think literally the first match that these two had went back and forth. There were like 3 or 4 lead changes during the 90s. Like the very tail end of the pit. Which is pretty cool. So both these runners finish out 1-2. There's about like a 2-3 second difference here. And we are going to head into 1-3, which features a lot of really cool tricks. The first thing you're going to see here, Teddy and Castle are both going to flip into 3D, and they will be collecting Pal Pills, a Happy Flower, and a Fast Flower, and then killing a couple of these squiglets, getting a couple extra points, getting some coins. Teddy got a Peachy Peach drop, which is actually 10 HP. That's pretty good. That's actually really, really lucky. Castle got that 42k level up. And Teddy is at 48k, so both these runners, honestly, are looking good on points. Teddy is a little bit further ahead, but again, Castle is definitely going to be okay. Not going to have to worry about any soft locks or anything bad happening. So as you see, both Teddy and Castle have picked up this squig with Thoreau, and Teddy's going to flip back into 2D, wait for it to shoot a coconut, and jump over that coconut to get across this gap, which is a really cool trick you see in all categories of this game, or at least any category that has 1-3. And now we are on to the Chunks fight. So this is O-Chunks. This is the first of 3 boss fights that we're going to see in the game. This one's pretty easy, but he can be a little annoying. Chunks has this attack where he will grab Mario, and if you get grabbed, you will lose like 10 to 15 seconds based on animation. As you can see in chat, the O-Chunk spin emote. Hopefully we don't see that here today. But the strat you're seeing here with Teddy and Castle, by shaking the Wii Remote while they're in midair, they can do a stylish attack, and it'll keep Mario in midair. And the strat that you see on Teddy's screen, just having O-Chunks pretty much jump into Mario's foot. Very nice O-Chunks for both of these runners. Actually true, O-Chunks is a great character in this game. This game has a lot of really cool original characters. It's something I wish modern day Paper Mario games had more of this. Okay, so this strategy you're seeing on Teddy's screen is called Ice Cherble Skip. Very nice. Looks like Castle's going to get it as well. You can manipulate this Ice Cherble to be at the height of its floating animation, and then you can jump up to the door by bouncing off of it. It's a really, really cool strat. Very nicely done from both runners. And nice job from Teddy. This is Blue Pedestal Skip or Star Block Clip. Multiple different names. And Castle is looking to get it. He does. Very nice. So there's a little tiny ledge on the right side of that platform there. And by jumping on it and continuing to hold up, we can actually flip back into 2D while we're right under the star block, which is a really, really cool trick. It saves actually a decent amount of time. I think like 10 seconds, maybe more than that. But it skips that whole animation of pressing 1 and minus on that blue platform. Okay, so we're in 1-4 now. And both of these runners, I imagine, will be doing Key Early, which was found, I think, like almost 3 years ago at this point, which is kind of insane. But essentially, the next room that Teddy's going to enter will have a key that's hidden behind some brown blocks. And by going out of bounds and manipulating Mario's position, we can actually pick it up Or Twitch can have an encoding error. Cool. Let's go. Alright. Okay, we should be good. Alright, so as you'll see here, Teddy will do a corner clip in the quicksand, try to land back inbounds. Unfortunately, did not get it. Oh, unfortunately, you fell through. This is an opportunity, actually, for Castle to take the lead. Teddy does get it. Castle also falls through. It's really, really tricky. You're going to see Teddy jump up into the platform while still being out of bounds. Very nice. Castle will do the same thing. Caught up a little bit. Both of them will jump into those brown blocks there, collect the key that is loaded in, and they will save a decent amount of time. Even though they both fell through, that's actually not really that bad for either of these runners. Those were pretty decent key earlies. Yeah, having a nice Twitch problem today. Hopefully we don't see too many issues when we're in the pit. Alright, so the rest of 1-4 is pretty simple. Every room that we're going to enter pretty much has a little puzzle that we have to solve first to either open the next door or get to the next area. And then at the end of this level, we will be in our second boss fight of this game. Alright, this block puzzle code is 3142. Castle using throw to hit that last block there. It's a really neat trick. It actually saves a little bit of time if you do it right. Very nice stairs there from Teddy. Alrighty. And we are entering the next boss fight, which is Fractal. We're actually going to be seeing this boss fight 2 times in this run. We're seeing a carbon copy of this fight at the end of the pit called Ragtail. Very creative. But yeah, the main thing for this fight, there is a trick that both these runners are going to do. It's actually pretty easy to do this. I think anyone can do this, but when Fractal does a spin in midair, you can jump from his tail back onto his head again. And that will skip the 40-second cutscene that we're going to watch after this text here. Alrighty, so as you can see, both of these runners are just waiting for Fractal to attack them. First he'll attack the front of our screen, then he'll move to the right, and then after flipping in 3D, we can jump on him. But this is the main cutscene that we will be skipping. Obviously, it is quite long. And then, as mentioned, a pretty much copy of this fight will be at the end of the pit called the Ragtail, which is a little bit more difficult. Instead of 3 hits here on Fractal, you have to do 10 hits after the pit. But both fights are relatively easy. Okay, so both these runners will wait for these little enemies to spawn in. Ideally, they're looking for 4 enemies so that they can pick up 1 after the 3rd hit here. And they can actually, by jumping over, it looks like Castle's going to go for the flip. Oh, which he was a little late on, but he made it back up, which is good. As long as he doesn't fall off, that's really all he wants. Yeah, there's a specific spot that Castle's going to stand at, and by flipping 2 times, which he'll get the second one, he can... unfortunately, he didn't get it. It's really, really precise, but if you stand at the right spot, if you're high up enough and you're far enough to the right, you can actually jump on the antenna after flipping back into 2D. And it looked like Castle actually took the lead there. I know Teddy had a little bit of trouble using Thoreau to grab those enemies there. JCR, what is the meaning of life? Asking for a friend. Man, you are asking the wrong guy. Hey, the meaning of life is Mario. Correct. Had some fun with the freckles, yeah. It happens. And I'm Flash 8, thank you for throwing your gold bars, man. I appreciate it. You can, anyone in chat, if you have 200 channel points, you are welcome to throw your gold bars. I think it's really cool. At some point, if I ever get around to it, I want to make an animation for this stream where every single time that that's redeemed, it like throws a gold bar that's somewhere on the stream. It'll be really cool. But I haven't done it yet. Okay, so that is chapter 1. So we are going to go into this next segment, which is often referred to as the pre-chapter segments or the enter segment. Essentially, this is the gap between each chapter, so the gap between chapter 1 and chapter 2. We're going to have to go through a couple cutscenes, complete a couple different side quests before we are able to enter chapter 2. And unfortunately, the one enter split that we're going to see today is the longest one in the game. It's about 8 to 9 minutes, if I recall. You can use gold bars to clip out of bounds. That is true. Alrighty, so currently, this cutscene that we're watching here, we are playing as Peach, currently in Count Bleck's castle. It's really early on in the game. There is actually a very cool sequence break here that would skip, I think, literally the entire game. It would send you straight to Chapter 8. Unfortunately, we are unable to get up on that right ledge there. So it's not apparent this early on in the game, but we are actually currently in 8-1. That's also another reason why the sequence break is possible. Oh, I do want to give a big shout out to, I believe it's both John and Ghost, who I don't know how many days ago this was, but I saw it in the Discord. They actually found a new sequence break, which wasn't known about before. Currently, it's not possible to do. It would be really cool if it is, though, because essentially, right as you enter Chapter 1, 1-1, there's a little cutscene with Tippy right as you enter the door. If you were to somehow use the return pipe during that cutscene, which currently isn't possible, but if you were somehow to use the return pipe at that point in the game while your sequence position is set to 10, you can actually enter the 1-1 door again, and you will be sent to that pre-Chapter 2 cutscene, which is crazy. It would skip the entirety of Chapter 1. But again, currently not possible. We'll see if it ever becomes a thing in the future, but it would take, I think it would take being able to open the menu during that sequence. Yeah, menu storage. There's a lot of cool things that have not been, like, explored yet, like menu storage. I think there's been some TAS stuff in relation to jump storage, but unfortunately there hasn't been, like, a consistent way to store it found yet. There's a lot of different complex things. For anyone who doesn't know, this game was made on I'm pretty sure the exact same engine as the Thousand Year Door, but it was just revamped into a Wii game. This was originally going to be a GameCube game, but late in the release, ended up being ported to the Wii. But there's a lot of carryovers from TTYD that you might notice, and I'm pretty sure jump storage is one of them. Yeah, it would be really, really cool to see if we could, like, get SPM's own version of some TTYD tricks. We'll see, though. Okay, so as you saw right here, both of these runners went and cooked a fire burst at this shop. We're actually skipping some backtracking just based on prior knowledge. We're going to need that spicy soup that we just cooked for this cutscene right here to wake up Peach. Okay, cool. Wanted to make sure I got that right, John. But yeah, that would be really sick. I would love... jump storage would open up so much potential for this game. It would be insane. So by giving the Peach the spicy soup here, she'll actually wake up. We'll go through one more cutscene here. As you can see, this whole chapter, or this whole segment rather, has a lot of different cutscenes we gotta go through. Hence the reason it's very long. Oh, dude, John, if we could figure out menu storage and we remove GBS from the run, dude, that run changes overnight if that happens. That's insane. That was a crazy find by you guys. Okay, so Peach is now in our party. Unfortunately, we're not going to see Peach too much during this run. There's a couple portions where she'll be used. Mario is just a faster character to use. Castle re-enters! Oh no! He just wanted to talk to Merlin again. That's unfortunate. But yeah, Castle meant to open the quick menu, I believe. And switch to Mario there. Peach is not only going to be used like 2 or 3 times during the run. Which is unfortunate. She is a really cool character. You can float across gaps with her parasol, and you can also duck by holding down, and it'll make her pretty much invincible. But unfortunately, because Mario can flip into 3D, and he moves slightly faster. Okay, so this part right here, you're going to see both of these runners pick up the squig or the squiglet here, and by tossing it on this ledge right here, unfortunately, Castle accidentally jumped on. Oh no! Okay, he's gonna, yeah. So you can do that to ensure that the squig will land on that ledge. The last thing Castle wanted to do there was kill that enemy by accident. But yeah, you can pretty much, you can skip having to go to the left side of that room, switch to Peach, and float across those gaps just by tossing that enemy in that little ledge. Alrighty, so that is going to do it for the Enter 2 segment, and we are going to head into Chapter 2-1. And again, we will not be completing this chapter, we will only be going down a pipe and getting Boomer, and then immediately leaving and starting the Pit of 100 Trials. And I believe I mentioned this earlier, but you could actually, during the Enter 2 cutscene, you could do a corner clip into a pipe and enter the pit at that point in time. However, by not having Boomer during the pit, while we're so underleveled, there are so many points in which we can soft lock without Boomer. As well as Boomer is just faster to use on a lot of different enemies during the pit. A Boomerless pit has been done before, however, it's just a little too inconsistent. I don't think we'll see it in this category, but I could be wrong. Teddy actually got a horsetail drop there. I believe that's 7 HP. So that is the second healing item I think Teddy has gotten through a drop, which is really, really nice to have that this early on. I think he has 3 heals in total now. Okay, this trick that you'll see on Teddy's screen is called the Goomba Jump. Pretty self-explanatory. Goomba Jump. And we'll see Castle do it as well. Very nicely done. That saves having to go all the way to the right side in that room and do a bunch of different stuff to get to the pipe. You can also, there's a 3D manipulation trick you can do there as well. It's pretty easy. It was just an oversight that the devs forgot about. And the PAL pills there, if you're wondering why runners pick up the PAL pills, it's actually, they're very nice to have. As you go to the right side of this room, you can wipe out all the enemies if your jumps are timed right. Which makes going through this room a lot easier. There's a lot of different enemies in this room as well. The squiglets, we can often see some item drops every now and then in this room. Which, Castle actually got one, he's not going to pick it up. But in the top left corner of the screen, I saw a fire burst pop out for just a second. But unfortunately it was on the top of the ledge, and it's probably going to take a little bit of time to get. Yeah, the PAL pills, you can get some extra points, as well as just clearing out the room to make it easier. Because those Paragoombas can easily get in your way, and they're a little unpredictable. But the PAL pills will completely, as long as your jumps are correct, you can completely wipe out the room and just make it a lot easier. Okay, so this is Boomer. Funny enough, I'm pretty sure he actually has the longest text of any pixel in this game, unless I'm mistaken. I don't know for sure, but he's a pretty cool pixel. Obviously, he's going to be used all throughout the pit. So, right after both of these runners get Boomer, they are immediately going to use the return pipe, take us back to Flipside, and we will be on our way. to the Pit of 100 Trials. Alrighty. And this race is still neck and neck. There's really not... Teddy probably has about a 5-second lead here, I'd guess. Alright, so both of these runners, they're going to do a trick. I don't know the official name for it, I just call it the Boomer Throw. But essentially, if you place Boomer down, you can quickly switch back to Throw and pick up Boomer using Throw. And then by doing that and jumping at a very precise point, you could toss Boomer up on that ledge and hit the switch. And that actually saves a decent amount of time from the intended way of getting to the pit. Very nicely done from both runners. And here we go into the pit. So room 1, starting us off, Teddy actually gets like a first key there, I'm pretty sure. Very nicely done. But a couple things about the pit. So there are a lot of different RNG elements, different luck-based things all throughout the pit. So things you need to know. Every time you enter a room in the pit, there will be one enemy that has the key, and you have to kill them to get it, as you can see there on Castle's screen and Teddy's screen. So both of these runners, their goal, as soon as they enter a room, clear out as many enemies as you can, optimize your routing, find the key, get to the door, and get out. Now this is a little more difficult than it looks, and it'll get difficult as we go on into the pit. However, the main RNG elements to note, obviously which enemy has the key is going to be random. Any item drops that either runner gets, that will be random. The entry and exit door locations, there can be common locations in certain rooms, however, they will still be random. With the exception of certain rooms, like certain rooms, usually every time you enter them, you get a specific exit door location. And that is actually especially at this top level of pit runs, it's a really, really important thing to optimize how you play each room depending on where the door is. Certain enemy locations are also random. The main thing that is consistent is room layout. So every time that you enter room 6, you will get the exact same layout. And Agurmi actually made a really cool tool called the Pit Viewer, so you can actually see the layout of each and every room. And some runners actually have memorized a lot of the different rooms. That way they can just optimize the way that they play each room. But yeah, it's really cool. So as you can see there, Teddy just got the 60k level up. Level ups are going to be another important thing all throughout this run. Castle he definitely he'll be fine, I think. He is at 4 HP, but by getting to 60k, you won't get soft locked in the pit. You definitely want to have 60k, ideally before room 19. Absolutely before room 25. So that'll be... Thankfully, both of these runners had good 1-1 grinds, so they won't have to worry about that likely. But you might see Castle or Teddy, even after they get the key, choose to kill a couple of extra enemies here and there, just to up their level. Even the slightest bit, it'll save a lot of time. So I believe Castle and Teddy were actually on the same room there. They're about a second apart here, both going into room 10. Every 10 rooms, you'll see a room with a chest. Each chest contains a catch card. We're not going to need it for this run. However, on the right side of those rooms, there is a potential chance of Flim spawning in. Flim is a shopkeeper, and if you specifically go there after room 30 and beyond, you can get some very, very helpful items, such as Mighty Tonics. You can get an Ice Storm or a Thunder Rage, which is ideal for room 98. Castle's actually still using Thoreau, hasn't switched to Boomer, and is making good use of it. We've seen this from a couple runners in this tournament. Ugh. Okay, unfortunately, Castle's down to 3 HP. Thankfully, he's all good. He's a little low on health. Ideally, he wants to get to 60k without having to use his heal. He only has 1 currently. He could get another with an RNG item drop, but ideally, he wants to keep that for later in the run. So that is why you see him opting to not heal, because every level up you get, your health will completely refill. So both runners there on room 13. Teddy is out. Castle is also out. Castle a little under 2k away from the next level up. Room 14, you'll see how each of these runners play the room a little differently than one another. It's pretty cool to see the optimization. Castle does get that level up, thankfully. Not going to have to worry about healing. Teddy is out. Castle trying to find the door. He will be out as well. This run is still so insanely close. Both of them are going to be on room 15 here. A couple Schlurps and some Boomboxers. Teddy will get a very good key. Same with Castle. Same with Castle. Also gets a very good key and a good door spawn. They are just neck and neck early on here in the pit. About 15 rooms through so far. Teddy got a Turtley Leaf drop. The Turtley Leaf, I believe, upgrades your defense for a short amount of time, which could be useful if you're in a low health situation, but most runners will opt to not pick it up. It's not too helpful in the pit. Teddy having a little bit of trouble finding this key here. I think he got a last key. There we go. Castle also got a last key there. And unfortunately, his door was not ideal, so he will have to flip into 3D. That is also something to note. As you see here on Teddy's screen, every time you flip into 3D, every single room, you can only walk on the platforms in 2D. So if you need to get to the bottom of a room really fast, you can do that by flipping into 3D. Okay, you'll see here, Castle is going to kick this Buzzy Beetle shell, and something interesting about Buzzy Beetles, they will actually not despawn off screen. Other shells will, like green shells, red shells, those will despawn if the shell runs way too far off screen, but Buzzy Beetles, for whatever reason, will not. So you'll see a bunch of runners opt to just kick them, not have to worry about them. Teddy looking to... Oh, that's unfortunate. Unless there's an enemy here. Oh, please. Wow, he got saved. Oh, my goodness. He got saved there. That was almost a Koopa Troll key. At this point in the game, that enemy would have taken 7... I think it literally takes 7 hits with Boomer to kill it. That saves so much time for Teddy. Thankfully, Castle doesn't have to worry about that either, which is really nice. Castle gets a first key there. That's a really, really nice room to get a first key. Some runners you'll see will opt to use a Fire Burst in this room. As you can see, these enemies, these Spinies, will take 2 hits with Boomer each. They can take up a little bit of time. However, Teddy is all good. Castle also has the key in this room, so he's going to take a little bit of a lead, not before getting a couple extra points here, as you can see. Okay, very nice Cherble room there for Castle. I think Castle has about a 1-room lead so far. Again, we're so early on in the pit. As you can notice, with the exception of the Koopa Troll, most of these enemies that you're going to see in the beginning are pretty easy to kill. You can kill them with, you know, a jump or two, maybe using Boomer, you can instant kill them. That is not going to be the case for, as we get further into the pit, you will see a couple different enemies which take a little bit longer to kill, and some enemies which are very, very dangerous. That room that you saw Castle complete there, that is the soft lock room that I mentioned before. If you are not at 60k level, you cannot kill that enemy. Okay, Castle is on 26. the first Daisy room here. He actually gets a very nice key. He's going to try to find this door. It is right above him. Does 2 little pipe jumps there. Very nice 3D movement. And that's a really good Daisy room. That room can take up a lot of time. So Squiglet room. Castle will have to flip into 3D here. Unfortunately, the door is on the other side. Okay, so I think Castle is about 2 rooms ahead now, if I'm correct. Again, we have still so much left in this pit. The lead can change at any point in time. So yeah, Teddy is on room 28, actually only 1 room ahead. Gets another Turtley Leaf drop. We'll opt to not pick it up. So this is an unfortunate position for this enemy to be in for Castle, but thankfully he does end up killing it. He does get the key and is going to have to enter the pipe here. Unfortunately, he got a pretty tough door spawn. Teddy also gets the key. We'll see where this door is. It looks like Teddy thinks it's in the top left. And because of that, wow, yeah, he's actually going to pretty much be neck and neck with Castle now, so he completely saved time there. Because of Castle having to go through that pipe. So Castle's going to use the Shroom Shake there. Teddy gets a Mighty Tonic, which is actually really good. That is definitely probably the right item to buy here. Mighty Tonics are really hard to find. You either have to get extremely lucky with Ninjos, or I think it's Ninjos, I could be wrong. There's some enemy that drops it, but either you get extremely lucky or you likely get a Flim Spawn. The Ice Storm or the Thunder Rage is a little bit more common to get through drops, but Teddy will still be looking for another Flim Spawn to get that item one way or another. Spinies, okay, yeah. I was forgetting the exact enemies, but you can get those from RNG drops. But it's a little more likely to get a an Ice Storm or a Thunder Rage through a drop. There's tons of enemies in the pit that have those. Teddy and Castle get the key at the same time, however, Teddy was a little bit closer to the door. Yeah, the elongators. Those are pretty cool. That's a cool emote, Phantom. Okay, both these runners actually got very quick keys and had the exact same door position. Shoutouts to NM Flash 8. These little buzzy beetles, they take 3 hits. They have really high defense, so no matter what level you're at, you have to hit them 3 times before they die. Similar key RNG. Again, both of these runners are having pretty much similar rooms back to back. Teddy does get a first key here, and he will be out. He's going to save a little bit of time here on Castle. Teddy having some really nice RNG. Really nice RNG again. Oh my goodness. Teddy is having a really good set of rooms here in the 30s. That ninja room, any ninja room that you'll see, those enemies are incredibly tough to deal with. He gets another first key. Oh my goodness. Now those ninjas, sometimes if you jump on them, they have like a 50% chance of just not dying. They'll turn into a bomb and then respawn. It's really, really annoying. Teddy with another really good key. Oh my goodness. He is taking like a multi-room lead here on Castle. Castle does get a good room here in this ninja room. This 30s, however, is being extremely favorable to Teddy right now. Okay, so Teddy is heading into room 40. Castle is in 38. Castle does get a nice key here. He's just looking for the door. Hopefully it's right above him. Yeah, it looks like it's on the top. Okay, so this room that Teddy is in, this is the first of many Clubba rooms, which we will see. Clubbas do 3 damage. They are very dangerous. If you are not careful, they will easily drain your health. The best way to kill them, which you'll see Teddy has done here already, you'll see him do it again. If you can get them under a relatively low ceiling, you can pretty much duck jump into them and kill them very quickly. But obviously you have to manipulate them a little bit. Castle gets a fire burst, which is going to be useful later in the run. Teddy unfortunately got like a second to last key in that room. Which, those Clubba rooms, if you get bad key RNG, unfortunately they can take up a lot of time. And Castle gets a much better key RNG here in this room, and he's going to save a little bit of time on Teddy. So they should be each, I believe, 1 room apart, yeah. So Castle's in 42, Teddy's in 43. This is the Koopa Striker room here for Teddy. Does get a first key. Door will be on the bottom. Castle with a Peachy Peach drop that he'll pick up here. That's very nice for him because he definitely needs, or would like to have, rather, an extra heal. So Teddy's still with a 1-room lead, killing these squigs and squogs here. Pretty nice key in that room. These Koopa Strikers, as you see on Castle's screen, you can manipulate them to kick shells into themselves and just basically take themselves out. So this room that you see Teddy in, I was just about to say, these Tyloid rooms are really, really tough. They can take a long time if you get bad RNG. They're, you know, further you go into the run, the harder they are to kill. However, Teddy got some pretty nice RNG there in that first Tyloid room. Yeah, Tyloids are really, really tough for a lot of runners. They can, you know, sometimes if they're on the ceilings, you won't be able to hit them with Boomer. They're really irritating to deal with sometimes. Especially when you get a last key in one of those rooms. So Teddy is on 47 here. This is the Cherble room. 45 here for Castle. He is on the Tyloid room. Yeah, see, this is the tough part about Tyloids. As you can see, these red ones are just extremely annoying. They have a lot of health. You have to hit them like 3 times with Boomer. Teddy's on the next Clubba room. The next level up for both of these runners is going to be at 120k, so they're a little bit away from. Teddy actually got a, I believe that's a Smelly Herb. I think it only heals like 3 HP, 3 to 5 HP, something like that. So, definitely not a big deal that Teddy didn't pick that up there. Okay, so room 50 here for Teddy. Castle is a couple rooms behind, I believe. He's going to be in like 48, I think. Yeah, 48, okay. So what you'll see Teddy do in this room, by flipping in 3D there and kicking that Buzzy Beetle shell, sorry, he can actually take out a couple enemies on the bottom of this screen, which he'll actually wait for. He's getting a bunch of different points. You can actually get a lot of points there. Teddy got very close to a level up. He's about under 4k away. These Pigorhythms being really tough for Teddy right here. But just by flipping in 3D there, they're pretty easy to deal with. What pace is Teddy on? Let me check. Looks like he's ahead of his PB. Teddy actually got a PB in this tournament. 122.57. He's currently, I believe that says 45 seconds ahead. After the 30s, he was a minute and 2 seconds ahead. So Teddy on a nice pace so far. We'll see if he can keep it up. Obviously the pit is so unpredictable. Nice! That was really good from Castle there. Castle did what's called Super Boomer. And by placing Boomer down in 3D and flipping back into 2D at a very specific spot, in Boomer's blowing up animation, you can actually damage all enemies in a line on the bottom floor, which is really useful in certain rooms. You'll see Castle go for a couple different Super Boomer strats a lot. Okay, do a little bit of a room check here. Teddy is on 55. Castle is entering the next room here. 53. So they're still not too far apart. About a 2-room lead here so far for Teddy. Teddy is dealing with Dark Boos. Dark Boos will fly towards you in 3D and then spawn in 2D. You can place Boomer down, and as soon as they spawn in, you can just jump on top of them. That is an unfortunate key there for Castle. Once again, those Tyloids just being really, really tough. Alright, this room, 58 for Teddy, is going to be huge. This is the Amazy Daisy room. There's a bunch of different daisies here, and obviously the golden Amazy Daisy, which does 10 damage if you get hit by it, or by its projectile, rather. And will flip between 2D and 3D, hopefully... Oh, that is unfortunate. Unless there's an enemy I'm missing, it looks like Teddy got the Amazy Daisy key. But if he plays this correctly, which he does, he'll get the kill. Okay, this will work. Nice. Really nicely done there for Teddy. That's an unfortunate room, but he did a very good job of killing that Amazy Daisy quickly. That is not easy to do. By throwing the Daisy with Thoreau, there is a very small window that you can jump on top of it, and if you get it trapped in a corner, you can kill it easily. Teddy got a catch card SP there, which is not too useful. He'll pick it up. I don't know if he meant to do that, but you could use that on like a really difficult enemy. I don't know. It could be used. The catch card SP is like a better version of the catch card. I think it just means that it'll likely work on a lot of enemies, as well as some more difficult enemies. Yeah, the double boomer schlurps, that's actually probably a really good spot to use it, if possible. Ooh! Teddy is down to 5 HP, he'll go ahead and use a heal here, use that horsetail. Ooh, we're gonna not get hit. Okay, Castle is also on this Amazy Daisy room here, looking to not have the same fate as Teddy. Also looking to not take damage from this Amazy Daisy. It'll flip back into 3D. Thankfully, he doesn't have to worry about it. Gets a Daisy key. And we'll do a quick room check here in a minute. Teddy is somewhere on the 60s. Castle is in 59. Does get the key, so Castle will be on his way into the 60s. Teddy dealing with some Dole Bones, I believe they're called. And it looks like he actually got a last key in this room, which is really unfortunate. I don't know if this is 61 or not. No, it's not, but it is 62, I'm pretty sure. So Castle, with a first key, will actually catch up a lot here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Castle's going to be on 62. Teddy will be on 63, dealing with some Clubbas and Boomerang Bros. Dangerous room to be in. Teddy is about 8k, I believe, away from a level up. Both Boomerang Bro projectiles and Clubbas will deal 3 damage. Castle gets a nice key there, and he's going to be in the same room as Teddy here. So, saving a lot of time on Teddy in those last couple of rooms. Teddy still has not found this key. I believe this is it. I believe this is the last key here for Teddy. Okay, so Teddy does get the key and he'll be out, but Castle can save a little bit of time here if he gets a good key. He's going to use Throw to pick up this. This Koopa, he's down to 3 HP, wants to be careful here. Thankfully, he will be fine, I'll get the key, and he's out. Teddy is in the next room, the Tyloid rooms. Does get a very nice key, so he'll stay ahead of Castle. Both these runners are very, very close to the next level up. You'll see Castle hopefully get a level up in this room. That is ideal for him right now. Okay, I think like one more Tyloid kill and he will have it. Nice. Okay, that's a very, very nice for Castle there. Teddy is also close to a level up. He's down to 6 HP. Looking to get it as quickly as possible. Oh, Teddy. Okay, he gets the level up. Nice. That was really, really close. Was getting bullied by those ninjas there. Gets an Ice Storm. That's such a huge drop for Teddy. So now he's got the Mighty Tonic and the Ice Storm. Doesn't have to worry about it. The Ice Storm will likely be used on room 98. Very nice room there for Castle. Gets a first key. He'll be in and out. 67, I believe Castle will be on 66. Yep. So Teddy dealing with more Elongators. Unfortunately, we'll have to go to the other side of the room. This room layout's really tough, requiring runners to go into 3D if necessary. Castle having a little bit of a tough room here as well, but he's going to get this last key here. And he will be in the same room as Teddy. If Castle gets a fast key here, he can actually take the lead. Teddy is unfortunately getting like last key RNG. Castle has a good door spawn, and he gets the key, and he will take the lead from Teddy. Wow. That Elongator room. Holy. Oh my goodness. That Elongator room completely changed the game here. Still not over. But we have a very close match. Castle gets a fast key here. He's having the good luck right now. And he will take a full room lead over Teddy right now. Teddy does get the key, however. Castle is in room 69. Very nice. More Koopa Strikers. These Koopa Strikers, however, will deal 5 damage if you get hit by the shells, so you got to be a little careful. Castle doing a good job so far, and does find the key. Teddy is in the Koopa Striker room. If he gets a good key here, he does get a Turtley Leaf, not the key though. Ooh, he took some damage there. Not too big of a deal because they both just recently leveled up. Oh my goodness. Okay, Castle is having a couple good rooms right here. He's in 71. I thought he had a quick room, but he was in room 70. Okay, so there we go. Teddy unfortunately got last key there. That enemy that he left there had the key, unfortunately. But he will be into 71 here momentarily, just going through this room. Teddy's probably not going to opt to talk to Flim for the rest of this run unless he wants another Mighty Tonic. Does get an egg drop. Very nice. Shouts out to the egg. So Castle is in 72. Had a bit of a tough room there. But still has the lead over Teddy. Teddy got a Courage Shell. That's also similar to the Turtley Leaf. Oh, Castle got the Thunder Rage. That's really nice for 98. So both runners will not have to worry about 98. Hopefully, as long as they get 75% RNG. Castle's going to attempt Super Boomer here. Unfortunately missed it. So he's just going to play the room. Oh, going to go for it again. And he does get it this time. Very nice. Clears out the entire bottom floor there. That Super Boomer, even if you miss it first try, is clearly pretty OP. However, Teddy will just use Boomer normally and get a first key, as you know. As you would. Okay, so Castle is on 75. This is the Rough Puff room. Rough Puffs, if you take damage to their body, I believe it only does 1 or 2 damage. Their projectiles will do 4 damage, so you can actually... yeah, 2 damage there, so you can kind of... I guess you can kind of classify it as damage boosting. Getting through a bunch of enemies without taking damage from their projectile. Castle had a decent room there. Teddy still working on the Rough Puffs here. Castle got a very nice key there in that boomboxer room. Yeah, the Mighty Tonic will be used like room 85, 86, around there. Okay, Teddy does get the key in that Rough Puff room. Looked like it was potentially a last key. I don't know for sure. Both of these runners are very close to the next level up at 200k, which will get them the next attack level up. That's pretty good for a couple different enemies. I think Boomer will do like 10 damage now. Okay, nice key there for Castle. Teddy gets a nice key in the boomboxer room. They're still going to be about a room apart. I'll do a quick room check here. I believe Castle is in, yep, 78 and 77, I believe. Yeah, 77 for Teddy. Very nice key there for Castle. That room only has 2 enemies, so he will be out into 79, in which another Super Boomer... Actually, no, you can't... Sorry, you can't do Super Boomer with enemies with dotted lines around them. Dotted lines, if you haven't noticed, will basically mean an enemy can switch from 2D to 3D with Mario. If an enemy has that, you can't do Super Boomer on them because of the flipping animation. We'll cancel that out. But still, 3D is the strat, as you can see, for this room. Castle unfortunately getting a last key. It's a little unfortunate, but that's okay. He will be heading into 80. If he gets a Flim spawn that has a Mighty Tonic, that's pretty huge. We'll see if he checks it. He does. Unfortunately, did not have the Mighty Tonic. That's tough. He could still get it before 85. We'll see. I believe there's some enemies. There's some enemies that can drop it. Okay, he got a first key there in that Pig Rhythm room. Didn't even have to flip in 3D. Also got a very ideal door spawn. So Castle's looking very good right now. Heading into 82 here. Another very nice key. Getting through that Magiblot room in 8 seconds. Teddy will go through room 80. Yeah, just gonna opt to not check Flame. Teddy's pretty much got all the items he would like at this point in the run. So as you saw on Castle's screen there, he tried to, by placing Boomer and waiting for the Cherbil to be at the height of its animation, you can actually hit it from the floor above. It's a pretty cool strat. Unfortunately, it just barely missed. And unfortunately, that is a last key there for Castle. So Teddy is currently 1 room, now 2 rooms back. Still anyone's game. 84 is a huge room. Both of these runners are looking to have Spania keys here. Castle's actually going to take out some of these Schlorps, or at least this one right here. By manipulating, he can take out 2 at once, unfortunately. Oh, this is tough. He really wants this Schlorp to have the key. He does not want to go all the way to the right side of the room. That would be really unfortunate. And, of course, he does. Oh, boy. The ups and downs of the pit of 100 trials. So much RNG involved. Teddy gets another heal, but I'm going to opt to not pick it up. Oh, okay. Alright, Castle saved that there. Very nice. So Teddy has an opportunity here to save a little bit of time on Castle if he can get some good RNG, specifically in that Schlorp room. If Teddy gets a Spania key, that's going to catch him up a decent amount. Teddy got enough heals to feed a community. Yeah, he has been getting his fair share of heals since, like, Chapter 1. Okay, so a good thing about poisonous enemies, as you saw right there, as long as they don't have the key, they will very often, if not like 100% of the time, drop heals. Even if it's a dried shroom, it will cancel out poison. It's a nice key for Castle there. Teddy working on these Spanias as well. I believe he has 1 more in this room. Okay, 86 here for Castle. Castle does not have the Mighty Tonic like Teddy will have. However, still going to work on these Koopa Patrols here. Obviously, they take 3 hits with Boomer, so hoping that a Magic Koopa has the key here. He's going to do Super Boomer and gets it. Very nicely done. Super Boomer in that room is really, really nice. So 85, Teddy could opt to use the Mighty Tonic here. However, he'll wait till the next room, 86. And honestly, he had a fast room there, so doesn't have to worry about it too much. So he will likely use the tonic here in this room. And with the Mighty Tonic, as you can see, instead of 3 hits with Boomer, it now takes only 1 to kill these Magic Koopas, which is really, really nice. Oh, unfortunately, he missed one. Oh, getting some tough luck with Boomer here. Should be able to kill this guy right here. Unfortunately, did not have the key. Castle got a stopwatch. Those are pretty useless. So he's not going to pick that up at this point in the run. These Ninjos are not being nice to him. Teddy trying to kill this last Magic Koopa while he still has the tonic, and does. And unfortunately, got a very, very tough last key there. That is unfortunate. So obviously save the time there on not having to do 3 hits with Boomer. However, still got a last key there. That is not ideal. Castle's down to 5 HP. Yeah, he's going to use a heal. He's a little further away from a level up than he'd like to be. Once he gets to 89, however, both these runners will be doing a pretty cool trick with the Shell Shock to get a bunch of points if they do it right. And speaking of 89, here we are. So Shell Shock, basically if you follow it to the left and as soon as it hits the wall here, you flip into 3D. Love the game lag, love to see that. Castle will also get a heal. Actually, 2 of the same item there. I believe that's the Jam and Jelly. I think that's what that's called. However, unfortunately did not find the key in that massive exodus of head bump Goombas. Does get the key here. Not going to lose too much time. Honey Jar, my bad. Okay. 5 HP here for Teddy. Castle is heading into the 90s, and this could be it. Once again, if Castle wins this match, Castle will be our tournament champion for this Pit of 100 Trials tournament. However, if Teddy can catch back up here, which he's going to do everything he can, he'll do a quick Shell Shock, activate here, try to get a quick key. And he does at the end of that room. If Teddy can catch back up and win, Teddy will force the bracket reset, and we will meet at another day and time. Or, sorry, another time and place. Don't know what's gotten into me. And we will have another match of Grand Finals. So there's a lot on the stakes here. We're heading into the 90s. Castle, I believe, is on 92. Dealing with a bunch of ninjas. Does get the key, however. Teddy got an unfortunate entry door spawn there. He's going to have to walk around a little bit. Hoping to get this key. Does not. Oh, that is unfortunate. Just looking to drop Boomer here, which he does. Castle doing another Super Boomer there and gets a first key in 83. That is huge for Castle right now. 94. Obviously, it's still not over yet. Castle with another first key. The luck is looking good so far. But again, it's not over. 92 here for Teddy. Both these runners don't have to worry about 98. I believe Castle has a Thunder Rage. Teddy has an Ice Storm. Unfortunate RNG here for Teddy. Super Boomer for Castle. I don't think he got the key, but still wiped out a lot of enemies in this room. You can see how clutch the Super Boomer is coming for Castle all during this run. He has been wiping out a lot of enemies really quickly and showing why Super Boomer strats are definitely the future of Pit %, which is really cool to see. Teddy, however, not out of it yet. Does get a first key. He's going to need a fast key here in this next room. Castle's in 96. Teddy is in 94. He's going to need a little bit of help to catch up. Castle also has the 300k level up. Another nice key there for Castle. 97. Toughest room in the game. Teddy does get a really nice key in 95. However, Castle is front running right now. Teddy is going to need... Okay, Castle has 2 Thunder Rages, so even if he doesn't get this, even if he doesn't get the RNG, he does have a backup Thunder Rage. He does, however, and gets a very nice door spawn. Doesn't have to take the pipe. This is not looking too good for Teddy. Teddy will be heading into 97, I believe. Yeah, 97. This is it here for Castle. Magiblot room. There are tons of Magiblots all over this room. Taking a little while to spawn. We'll see if Teddy can somehow bring this back. Castle still has not gotten the key, so you never know. Teddy is going to move a little bit. Castle does get the key, and by entering room 100, this will more than likely do it. I'm not going to say it's over yet. There is still the Ractel fight, and Teddy is on his way into 99. He'll probably be like a good... With a good room in 99, he'll probably be like 20 seconds behind. Unfortunately, didn't get first key there. Did not get second or third key. Not looking too good here for Teddy. Yeah, these Magiblots. Honestly, the Magiblots were pretty bad for both runners. Unfortunate 30-second room there for Teddy. Going to take his time, question whether or not he even wants to do Ractel. But it is looking like this is it. Castle would have to pretty much fall off Ractel for Teddy to be able to win this. And as long as Castle plays it safe, likely it's not going to happen. So yeah. But what a great match from both of these runners, either way, regardless of how this ends. Once again, if Castle does finish out and get this win, this will be it. This is the final match of the tournament, and Castle will take home the championship. So Castle is going to do a couple hits and then use the Fire Burst here. I believe this should... Yeah, it's going to do 5 hits. So this should be it. Oh, never mind. There we go. Alright, and by using Peach to float over, Castle will be able to land on the antenna, do 10 damage for the second cycle, and 10 damage for the third and final cycle, and that will be it. Alrighty. GG's. Huge congratulations to Castle. Yeah, Teddy, it's all good. It's just pit percent can be like that at some points. Huge GG's to both runners. Both of these runners absolutely deserve to be here. They are two of the best pit runners in the game. In fact, I'll do the command in chat. Be sure, everyone here, if you're not following Castle and Teddy, be sure to give both of them a follow. Absolutely two of the best pit runners you will see. Castle's getting the last pixel and the best pixel of the run. Dashel allows us to run really fast. Unfortunately, we're only going to see him used one time on the run to the pipe. And that will do it. GG Castle. Congratulations. Castle is our tournament champion for our 4th pit tournament. Yeah, sometimes the pit is just unfortunate. We've seen a lot of RNG all throughout this tournament, but that is the name of the game. And Teddy, there's nothing to be down about as well. You did a great job. GG's. Thank you guys so much for watching the entirety of this tournament. Castle is our champion. I believe it's the first time that Castle has won. Go ahead and mark it in challenge. There we go. Alrighty, so I can actually, if I got it right, yeah, Castle. Okay, I'll go ahead and end the tournament, and I'll read off the final stats, everyone's placement. Big shout outs to every single person that entered this tournament. You guys have been, I want to say this as someone who, Castle and I have pretty much been doing all the restreams here. You guys have been so great. I literally, oh yeah, Castle. I'll, honestly, you can, I think you have the role, you can just join up. I'm in the commentators channel on SPM. But seriously, you guys have been awesome. This is, oh yeah, hang on. Okay, alright, you're on stream.
Alright, well, hello stream. GG's to Teddy and everyone in the tournament. It was a blast to help set up some matches, do some restreaming, you know, all that good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. You had a crazy tournament run, went completely undefeated. You won your match against Cats, Sloptop, and Teddy 2 times in a row. That is not easy to do. So great job. Another
Definitely.
ad from your stream. I love to see it. Let's go.
Yes. I fixed it for the pit percent part.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we didn't have any ads. But yeah, Teddy, if you want to come in as well, you can. I believe one of the mods can just pull you in if you'd like. But yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, well, this match was really fun. Beginning was a little rough, you could say. A lot of random inputs happening for no reason, but we made it through.
Yeah, that is true. There were a couple. You were a little behind there at the beginning for I forget exactly what happened, but yeah,
I just fumbled 1-2 really badly. And
that's
then
all.
I didn't have it. I also didn't have. I also didn't get 30,000 points from the grind. That was cool. And then I fumbled key early a little bit. I fumbled block or star block clip, and I fumbled Fractale. I have to go before my dad yells at me more. Goodbye.
All right, see ya. Take care. GG's. Huge congratulations to Castle. That's all good, Teddy. No worries on joining up, but thank you guys once again so much. This has been so much fun. This entire tournament. It has been an honor to be one of the two restreamers and commentary for this entire tournament. Um, and I'll go ahead and read off real quick, Teddy, before you join. I'll pull you in a second, but I will read off a big thank you to everyone who joined this tournament. Tied for 13th place, we have Sonic and TCB Trio. 9th place, we have a tie between Manta and Reed. Ninth, we have a three-way tie between TLK, Manta, four-way tie. I'm stupid. Okay. Cats Forever, TLK, Manta Plant, and Reed. We have a tie at 9th place. 7th place, we have a two-way tie once again between Sloth, Soaring Sloth, and Derek. 5th place was Stevie and Slopped Up. 4th place was Phantom. 3rd place was Hydra King. 2nd place was Teddy. And 1st place, going undefeated 4-0, was Castle. Huge congratulations to everybody. Everyone involved in this tournament. You guys have been incredible. Absolutely. You guys have been literally the best community I could ever ask to work with. You guys were extremely on top of scheduling your matches. I know we've had, a lot of tournaments have run really, really long in the past, but this has been the best one yet. And we had our most entrants ever. We had 14. I do apologize to some round one matches I wasn't able to restream. You can join in the VC, just one of the SPM channels that I can pull you in, Teddy. 100% tournament win. Oh no. Um, hey man, I would love to do a Hondo tourney. I don't know how consistent the restreaming would be. I do want to talk about restreaming, obviously, because Castle and I were the only. Actually, I'll go ahead and pull Teddy in, and we can do that interview first, really quick. Okay, there we go. Yo, what's up, Teddy?
Oh, hi. I was just making sure my mic works.
Oh yeah, you're good. So
uh, yeah, GG's to Castle for that race. I'm very happy that he won. I am very disappointed at the game though.
yeah, that you did have an unfortunate ending there. I know you got the Amazy Daisy key, even though you did play that Amazy Daisy really
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Um,
I had multiple splits where I had like over 6 minute splits, and yeah, the game didn't really treat me very well. But hey, it's Pit, so that happens.
yeah, exactly. Cynical. Pit giveth and Pit taketh away. There's just so much luck involved. Can go either way. But you did have a fantastic tournament, even though you didn't come out on top. You got
Yeah.
your PB, your current PB, the 122.57 in this tournament. You have
And
had
I
some
will admit,
crazy
I
good
will say
runs.
one thing. Um, for everyone who thinks that I can get like a 124, 125 on every race, yeah, that's not the case because you can see, you can see everyone, including me, gets owned by the pit sometimes. It happens, but
Yeah,
yeah, I had a really good tournament, and I'm actually really happy about that PB because like that was like the first pit PB I've had in like over a year, so like that was amazing.
yeah, you did great. Definitely,
Yeah,
I think really any tournament match you had, especially the last couple, you had a chance of PBing. You were on pace early on. Unfortunately, the pit happened as it does.
yeah, the pit happened.
Yeah, but you did great, man. I'm proud of you. You
Yep.
won, I believe, the first and third tournament. Is that it?
No, I won the first one, Mohawk one, and then the second and third one I won.
Second and third. Okay, so
Yeah,
you did have the pretty much two tournament winning streak. Obviously, it
yeah,
was very tough to um,
yeah.
beat Castle for 3 years in a row, but it's nothing to be ashamed of, man. You did great.
Well, well, yeah. I had my back against the wall because not only if I had beaten Castle today, I would still have to beat him again, which that's
Yeah,
really hard to do.
yeah, absolutely. That is definitely
Yeah,
not the easiest thing in the world. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, alrighty. Well, um, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
Um, Not really. The only last thing I want to say is hopefully, well, for the future, we'll do more pit tourneys, and they're a lot of fun, and I hope a lot more people join them because it's a really cool experience for everyone who's like skilled and everyone who's new to the game. Like we can all join and really have a lot of fun, like restreaming you guys, commentary, just everyone who is a part of the tournaments. You guys are really amazing, and that's really that was basically my creation. My creation was the pit tournament, and it was me and PTL's idea. And at first, like we didn't really think it would be like that like amazing of an idea. But then when JCR restarted restreaming it, we knew something was going to go well with this. And look where we're at now.
Yeah,
4
absolutely.
tournaments in. Yeah,
Absolutely. It's been really, really fun. This was our largest tournament that we've ever hosted to this point. And I do agree 100%. Everyone who joined has been absolutely amazing to work with. And we had some new, completely new runners to the game join in. We had Sonic. We had a couple runners like Hydra King came back to this game and ended up improving, got a sub 130 in this tournament. Phantom improved his PB so much all throughout this tournament. Um, and even the top runners had really good runs. It was really awesome to watch. It's always been a great pleasure to watch these pit tournaments. They're so fun to do. And that's actually how this channel started. This whole channel was made for the first ever pit tournament. Even though we're probably more so known nowadays for the record progression video, but we will
yeah,
continue.
yeah,
We'll continue to use this channel for any community events, any tournaments, anything community related. Same with YouTube. We do have a lot more stuff planned for that YouTube channel. And yeah. So, do you have anything else you want to say, Teddy, before I wrap up here?
not really.
Alrighty. Okay, I'm gonna move you out, and then I will finish up here. Thank you once again. GG's.
GG's.
Alrighty. So the last couple of things before we go, we're just wrapping up here. I have to finish the prediction here. I keep forgetting. Okay, there we go. Congratulations to everyone who won the prediction. But yeah, the last couple of things. I've already said so many thank yous. Thank you guys so much. This has been such a fun tournament to do. Um, I posted. This has only been known to the mods and Flash. I have been going through a lot of IRL stress. Not really, nothing serious. It's just I'm moving forward in my life, and there's a lot of things going on. But this tournament, as stressful as it has been at times, it's been a lot of fun. Every single restream, we've had some crazy finishes. Who won? Castle. Castle ended up winning. Um, so that is going to do it for this tournament. Ended up winning the tournament there. But the last couple of things that I will say, in terms of YouTube content, I will begin work on the highlight video for this whole tournament. There's going to be a whole highlights. I'll try to get as many clips as possible. And if anybody would like to, if you have any clips from this entire tournament, anything you remember or anything you clipped a while ago, and you would like it to be in that video, go ahead and either you can DM it to me on Discord, or you can just post it in the Clips and Vids channel. I believe we have a alternate channel that we can unlock as well for that. Well, I'll talk to the mods about it. But more YouTube content as well. We will also be making another end of the year highlight reel video. So that will be a lot of fun. That's coming late December, early January once again. And we're working on the next YouTube project. A lot of people have asked, because I got a couple comments on the YouTube video. We got a couple comments in the Discord. Unfortunately, we aren't going to be going through with the sub 350 video yet. We will in the future, but we're gonna, Flash and I chose that it was just best for us to wait. And we'll do it later in the future. It will happen one day, but I think it'll be better because, I do think we'll have some progression coming up soon for the any percent category. We'll never know if, anything could be found any day now. But yeah, absolutely. So that's about it. For the next tournament, I don't know if we'll do one during Christmas time. Again, I got a lot of different IRL things I got to fix up first before doing another tournament, but I will probably consider one in the spring or next summer if people are interested. I should be good by then. I'm also looking into a couple different things to help this channel grow. Like, I've thought about potentially looking into a restream bot, just to make restreaming easier. That way we can just set it up. Same with how Speed Gaming does it. It'll be really difficult to pull off, but I've been talking with Flash about it and a couple other people. I think it'd be great for this channel. That way we could just have pretty much a restream bot ready to go if anyone wanted to show anything off on this channel. I think it would be great. That way we don't have to rely on any, like me, Castle, Teddy to be the restreamer. But we'll work on that. Also, I don't know if anyone here is going, but I'll be at Pace tomorrow. Potentially Tuesday. I still don't know if I'm going to commentate Yoshi's SPM run, but I will be there tomorrow, and I will be commentating the Luigi's Mansion run. If anyone is going, feel free to DM me on Discord or on Twitter. I'd love to meet up, say hello. It should be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's going to do it for us. I'm going to see if anybody else is live playing SPM. If not, we will go offline here